series with the world's digital thought leaders, the people creating the trends that we're all talking about. Joining me now is the director of the new hit comedy Bridesmaids and creator of the legendary cult hit Freaks and Geeks, Paul Feig. Welcome, Paul.
Well,
yes,
thank you, Greg.
Yeah. Thank you, Greg Grunberg's applause.
And thank you, sir.
He's our new audience today. Well, thanks for being here. I mean,
Yes.
I'm so happy for you with all the success of Bridesmaids, and
Thanks.
you really did something interesting here. I mean, even actress Kristen Bell tweeted, "Thank you, Judd Apatow and Paul Feig, for making the R-rated female comedy not just work, but absolutely slay. Loved it." And she's not the only woman who praised you.
Oh,
now, what do you feel like you did with Bridesmaids that was so different for women in comedy?
Well, I mean, we never faced it kind of like a woman's movie. It was just, we really wanted to make like a very funny comedy, and it just happened to be that Kristen Wiig, who had done Knocked Up, and Judd said, "Hey, you should write a movie for yourself." She and Annie Mumolo wrote this great, her writing partner wrote this great script, and then we really just faced it like, how can we make this as funny as possible? But we always start from the idea of the story has to be great. You have to have a great, emotionally engaging story, and then you build the comedy up, which is how Judd and I have always done it ever since Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah.
The problem with a lot of comedies is if you start building the comedy first, what happens then is you got to jam a story in. That's why you get so many comedies where, like, the third act suddenly it all grinds to a halt, and then maudlin scene.
Yeah, and you show the side of females that I don't think is typically shown on the big screen. Maybe.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy that it hasn't been. I mean, it just shows how the industry has sort of relegated women to these, kind of cruddy roles in comedy.
Yeah.
It's terrible when you see, like, oh, there's my favorite female comedy star. Oh, she's just the mean girlfriend who has no jokes.
Or the sidekick,
yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And we really just kind of cast the funniest women we could find and then let them do their thing.
So we have a Twitter question. Keep those tweets coming in, everyone. At ShayZ83.
Heck.
Do you remember that person? Have you seen her?
I blocked her. No, I'm kidding. She's not
She or he asks, does he purposely seek out projects that have strong female characters? I would kill to act in almost anything he's done.
Oh, you're very kind. I honestly do look for projects that have very strong female characters, just because I do get aggravated that women just get such bad roles. I was always, all my friends growing up, and the funniest people I knew growing up and in my career have been women. There's something about a woman's sense of humor that really makes me laugh, because it's less aggressive than a guy's sense of humor is. Guys are very much like, they call
Maybe
each other out.
self-deprecating also a bit?
A little bit, yeah. There's also a weird, I hate to say this, but there's a passive aggressiveness about it I find very funny, because that's how I am in my life, where I don't like kind of just, let's say everything. I like that there's like, hey, we're trying to get along. We're pretending I like you,
Are you pretending
No,
like
not
me?
you. I mean, you I definitely like. But I mean, just in general.
There's only good vibes in this room.
Yes, exactly.
You're also talking about a sequel to Bridesmaids, so has that been greenlit yet?
No, it's in the air. Anytime you have a movie that does well, suddenly everybody talks about a sequel. It'd be fun to do, but none of us want to do it if it can't be as good or better than the first one.
Yeah. You've also really embraced social media as a director. You have over 1 million Twitter followers.
Yeah.
And you were telling me, who got you started in this?
It was Rainn Wilson.
Really?
Well,
Rainn
yeah.
inspired it all.
Yeah, I mean, I'd opened this little Twitter account just literally as a joke for myself and was putting out like ransom notes.
3
years
ago.
This is 3 years ago. Yeah, it was just writing that I'd been kidnapped, and so just because I thought it was, because no one was reading it.
Yeah.
And then one day on the set with Rainn, I said, hey, he said, you ever tried Twitter? I said, I just opened this little account. He said, oh, just give me your name and I'll put it out there. And suddenly, I had the thing set where it just notifies you when you get a new follower. My BlackBerry exploded because immediately I got 7,000 followers, which was crazy. So, and then I just kind of embraced it, and I love it. To me, it's the ultimate joke-telling machine.
Yeah. And how has it changed the way you approach making films? Has it?
Twitter, I mean, I honestly, I really call Bridesmaids the movie that Twitter made, because we did tons of word-of-mouth screenings leading up to the release all over the country. Every time we would, I'd go on and just put Bridesmaids into the Twitter, search engine, and they would come up, I mean, like 50 at a time. I'd do it, and 50 more would pop up, and you keep refreshing, and it just kind of spread like wildfire. The weird thing was, though, that we never trended. And it almost makes me go like, what is, because I mean, there's no way we couldn't have trended. When I see, it's like designers of toilets with like trending. It's like, seriously, how did they? So I don't know.
Just include Bieber in the hashtag. Bridesmaid Bieber.
Exactly. But I don't know if there's something where they actually, because I know they do promoted.
But that's good that you didn't do the promoted thing, because it would have looked like you were trying too hard.
No, but I don't know if then you get held. I don't know. What's up, Twitter? What up?
But you and Judd, actually, it was interesting because you and Judd, as filmmakers, were really involved in the process. I saw so many retweets in my stream.
Yeah, it was crazy. No, I mean, it It was fantastic. I love Twitter like I can love nothing else in the world.
Do you tweet while you're shooting though, or do you have a certain clause with actors?
You know what I do? I
the
never
filmmakers?
tweet about stuff I'm doing. A lot of people do that, but there's such a trust that I have to have with my actors and with the people I'm working with that if I suddenly like go, you know, hey Kristen, can I take a picture of you? And then it shows up on YouTube.
You become like paparazzi
Twitter,
on the set.
Yeah, that's right. I'd be the mole. I'd be in there just ruining everything. Take pictures of people in their underwear.
So you're also known for your fashion sense. Look at this outfit. You dressed yourself. Congratulations.
Yes, I did.
No, I mean
it's the Garanimals collection.
You're launching a site called smartgent.com. So
yes.
Tell us a bit more about this.
Yeah, it's just like a men's lifestyle and fashion, and just kind of. It's basically about for guys who want to kind of class themselves up a little bit. Class themselves up if you want. Just you know, I feel living in LA. It's what I call kind of the tyranny of the casual here. I have nothing against dressing casual.
I'm a jeans person. I have.
Oh yeah, but look at you. But you're
Thanks.
you wear them well, and you're all dressed nice. And come on. But you know, but I mean, there's this thing, especially for guys, especially in showbiz. Like you know, when I show up in a suit and tie to a meeting, they're kind of like, oh, did you get dressed up just for me? And it's like, yes, I dressed up just for you. You know, or like, why y'all dressed up? If I had a dime for every time I heard, hey, why y'all dressed up? And it's kind of like, seriously, come on. I'm almost 50 years old, and it's weird that I actually put on a suit and tie.
Sophisticated.
Yeah, so the site is really just about for guys who want to make that move, you know, kind of like trying to get to the next level. And because I think the ladies appreciate it, right?
Yes,
like
I
your
do.
Fella to be a big slob. And
I agree. I
dinner.
would think it's funny you and Judd hanging out together because Judd doesn't wear those suits.
Judd is very fashionable.
You also said in an interview with Movie Hole that, quote, there's actually something in the fall that is a sequel to a movie that people know. It's something I've wanted to do with some actors I've wanted to work with.
So mysterious.
So
exactly.
the rumor is that it's Ferris Bueller. What do you have to say about that?
It's completely untrue. I also like that it was, they also said it was Ghostbusters, which I'm sure Ivan Reitman would be very happy to hear that I've taken this job. It's not that. I can't say because we're still making. Oh God, it's such a non. I know I've made it so mysterious. The only reason I can't say it is just because it might not happen, and I don't want to put it out there if it doesn't.
Oh, you don't want to jinx it. You haven't signed on the dotted line.
No.
Heroes? Is it Heroes?
Heroes!
Great.
Oh, great.
Thanks a lot,
Greg. You ruined
it's out.
The
There
secret.
it is. It's a break.
We have another Twitter question from Sean Ward.
I hope it's not dirty.
How did you know? No. We have clean viewers here. He wants to know, for all the ways the internet has changed the business, what stayed the same?
Oh gosh, people's sense of humor and people's love of a good story. Here's the thing about the internet, which is great, because it's always driven me crazy when I was like an amateur filmmaker and trying to make it, is Hollywood held the power over everything. They held the power over production, they held it over distribution. Now, honestly, you know, get a flip cam, HD, your computer has an editing system on it, and you can self-distribute over the internet and be discovered by it. So what's great is that it made it's like a democracy now. And so everything rises to the top. Good storytelling, good project will rise to the top. And it's taken all that other BS out of the way of like, you have to know somebody. You have to
It
do this
empowers
and that.
people, really.
It really does. So I always say to like, when I meet amateur filmmakers, like, you have literally no excuse not to be doing work now, because and putting your stuff out there. Literally, there's no excuse. Where they always used to be like, oh, well, I can't if I do it. I made
the tools are out there.
Yeah, I made an independent film, 13 years ago. It cost me $30,000 that I could have shot now for $10.
Yeah.
And and I couldn't get it seen by anybody. Now, just stick it on the internet, and if it's good, it'll make it. And if it doesn't, then try again.
Do other directors approach you to get Twitter advice and how to socialize their movie online now?
No, but I honestly feel like some people should, because I see so many mistakes that people make when they first come to Twitter. One is they tweet way too much. The other is that they answer everybody publicly. So if you sign up for somebody's Twitter and just like, at so-and-so, thanks a lot. And it's just like 100 of those. It's like, I don't want to read your responses, everybody. I always direct message people.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You DM?
Yeah, I DM all the time.
Wow.
That's what I do. The DM master, if you will. Just because I want to have that personal touch with people, but I also want to inflict sort of endless amounts of tweets on people. I feel bad because during this whole Bridesmaids thing, I've been tweeting a lot about Bridesmaids because I always try not to self-promote on Twitter, but it's just,
Really?
I had to. Well, other than telling jokes, but sorry, Twitter followers.
And you're not going to break any news over Twitter. I know, like, Kevin Smith cast his film over Twitter.
Well, I'm going to announce that I'm running for president tomorrow. So.
Well, you announced it on the show,
Oh,
so thanks for that breaking news. Man!
You got the scoop.
I got the scoop. Paul, it's a pleasure.
Thank you, Sherry. Can I do one thing?
Yeah, go for it.
Can I plank?
Plank, yes, plank on our show.
You're going to plank.
Paul Feig planking our show. Where are you going to do it?
You know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to plank right across here.
Okay, plank. I don't know where I'd go. I'm going to just like leave it open to you.
Here we go.
This is great.
I'm doing it.
Do it. I'll get the shot. And for more Paul, just go to follow him on Twitter @PaulFeig.